Good evening, guys, and welcome to tonight's showing of the ESTV Qualifier number 3. We have got a round 2 match here of Team Shakira versus Team PapaDray. My first time seeing PapaDray in action in Dota 2. He's been playing a few games. I was under the Ishara name for a while, and we're going to get right into this game because it's action already, and I don't want to miss anything, or I don't want you guys to miss anything. I'm seeing it right, bright and clear. We have got Team Shakira on the Radiant team, and the Dire team is Team PapaDray. This is about the 3rd or 4th or 5th remake. I've lost count, guys, because of people picking wrong here. There's some heart signs coming out on the minimap from Team Shakira. All is love, and the Dire team not finding any action there with their early 5-man roam down to bottom. And looking at the heroes, the picks, what is going on, guys, with these two teams. Team Shakira, I mentioned earlier, have a very, very scary lineup. We have got Sanking being played by Santa, partly to counter the Broodmother pick, but they are going to be having it running as the solo top up against what looks to be a trial. We've got 777 playing the solo mid Shadow Shaman. That's where the Brood is actually going to be. So it's Shadow Shaman versus Brood, and I mean, Brood with a Quelling Blade as well, so this Shadow Shaman is not going to be able to really outlast his Brood, and we may see Sandking switching his way to mid lane to duel with this Brood, because Shadow Shaman is going to be in a bit of trouble here, especially if Brood levels up that passive early to do some serious harass. Bottom lane, we've got Not a Hax playing the Crystal Maiden, laning with Caprice, the Night Stalker, and we do see Tenki v Pube playing the Chen, going for an early Sentry Ward here to harass the Windrunner who picked up an Invis Room, but really, that's a wasted Sentry Ward. You're going to get one Crystal Nova off, and that was it. That was a wasted Sentry Ward. Those Sentry Wards are being picked up to D-Ward, and he didn't really use that one to D-Ward. Meanwhile, mid lane, there we go. Sanking has come there. We're going to see Sanking up against the Brood in mid lane. Shadow Shaman switching to that top lane, and Ancient Apparition and Lifestealer as the combo there. But how is a Shadow Shaman going to beat an AA Lifestealer combo? The Tide is there as well. Tide's just going to be pulling mostly, and that's going to allow them to get a big level advantage. And, 4GL. Drake is previously of 4GL, not of Ishara. But as far as I know, that's no longer the case. And we are going to see a farming Lifestealer played by PapaDray to the top lane. We've got Hyde playing the Ancient Apparition. We've got Tanari playing that Tide Hunter. At mid, we've got some crazy Russian fellow playing this Broodmother. We're just going to call him the crazy Russian from now on. And we've got Gift IG playing the Windrunner with a lot of regen. The Ring of Protection. Looks like he's been pulled some regen because of the amount he has, as well as a Ring of Protection. Trying to do all he can to get some farm at bottom, which the wave is already pushed towards him, but what he doesn't know is that the Chen, the CM, are right behind him. Chen with Frostbite as well as Crystal Nova, but only has enough mana for one, which could be a problem here. We are going to see Windrunner get scouted. Needs to use that Windrun. We're not going to get any spells. Oh, yes, the Crystal Nova does hit, but Windrunner going to survive this. Going to salve up and come back. And that Chen is so low. And the Power Shot going to get Chen down to 22 HP. Holy cow, that was close. If Windrunner had picked up that first blood, that would have been absolutely huge. Giftig playing that so well and was so close to picking up that first blood. And Night Stalker in trouble as Brood has come all the way. Needs another nuke. He's going to get sent back to base. Power Shot going to go. The Power Shot actually misses. Needs one more hit. Is it going to come? Yes, it does. Chen was trying to send back the Night Stalker back to base, but the 2 hits from Windrunner didn't hit the Power Shot, but the right-click damage was enough. And Chen wasting 100 mana as well, as that is going to be costly as Night Stalker goes down the main carry, and the ganking solo mid Brood off to a great start, guys. Poor man's shield up on the Brood, and Brood not actually getting the gold for that kill, but still doing fairly well. But we've got Santa soloing mid as that Sanking, and Santa of Moscow 5 is a very scary player to be soloing against, and will do some serious damage to that Brood right off the bat with that Impale Sandstorm combo. Well, not so much Impale, but Burrow Strike. And meanwhile, top lane, we see Shadow Shaman, level 3, doing okay. PapaDray, the Lifestealer, though, should be pretty much free farming, has 1k gold, has 2 gauntlets of strength, maybe going for a fast earn build. And that will allow him to get be very aggressive. If he can get those, he needs that. Once you get that earn, you need that first kill quickly, because once you get that first kill, you can use that earn offensively as well as to heal yourself up. So you can just be more aggressive, but you need that first kill as fast as possible, because that first kill gets you 2 earn charges, not 1. So that first kill is just so important. And we are going to maybe see him go for that earn, but maybe not. Hasn't actually decided yet. And meanwhile, mid lane, I heard it. Burrow Strike. I don't think it actually hit the Brood. And it looks like they want to try go on this Shadow Shaman. They are going to be careful. Ooh, that's not going to find the Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman immediately running off very smartly. Shadow Shaman went for boots first, which is going to help so much against this cold feet. The open wounds plus cold feet combo. I think with boots you may be able to outrun it as a solo Shadow Shaman. But if Tide comes as well with a Gush, you're going to be in so much trouble. But it looks like Tide is actually jungling at the moment, just trying to maximize his XP gain, knowing that Lifestealer can pretty much solo this top lane on fear alone, because Shadow Shaman's going to have to play so safe, knowing that the Tide and AA are in this jungle. But if Tide is just literally jungling, AA doesn't know that, so AA has to play safe regardless, and that's going to allow him to do so well in this top lane. And okay, so someone's actually filling me in who this crazy Russian is. He's also known as Zoi Nozunu, which is pretty much, that still spells crazy Russian to me. I'm not actually getting anything from this translation. Apparently he's an old Dota guy, so apparently he's someone quite known. He used to play for OK and such, so apparently he's known. Zoi. I don't know him, so but apparently this crazy Russian is a known Dota player, so expecting great things from him now, because he used to play for OK. And he is the one soloing that mid lane, going for a rather unconventional build with the Quelling Blade Poor Man's Shield, but so far off to a great start. Tidehunter going to be coming in. Does he have Dust? Does he have Sentries? Doesn't look like he does, and without those, not going to be able to do a whole lot to this Sand King, and Brood just taking a lot of damage in that Sandstorm. You can see it ticking down 40 damage every time he gets near, and Brood just going to say, okay, I'm going to pop this ultimate just to regen up a bit, and we'll get some life back through that, and Santa just happy to sit in Invis at that mid lane. And meanwhile, top 777 is completely out of mana. That's going to make it a bit hard for him to farm, but Lifestealer meanwhile has hit level 6. Could use that ultimate to help him, well, to help him neutral, but actually probably going to want to save it because it does have a very long cooldown. 100 seconds is the actual cooldown for that. And we do see Night Stalker as well as CM dive bottom for a kill. There goes the Windrunner. This time Windrunner not so lucky. And as said, Daylight not protecting that Windrunner, and in fact it is no longer daytime. It is now nighttime, so it is Night Stalker's time to dominate the game. We are going to see an Observer Wood planned by Chen in the mid lane to get some vision into this mid lane, as well as all this rune up top. Santa going for an early bottle, finds a haste rune, and this top lane going to be on the receiving end of this gank by the looks of it. We could see the Ancient Apparition as the main target, and he could be in a bit of trouble here as Epicenter is now up on this Sand King, and there we go. He's going to Epicenter first and then stun, and it's actually going to be PapaDray who goes down. A very interesting combo. Normally you see the stun first, but going for the Epicenter first, not letting the Lifestealer actually have any time to rage. If you stun, then Epicenter, the Epicenter may not actually damage him, but if you get the Epicenter off and then stun, it can do the Epicenter can actually damage the next, and oh, the stun misses the Ancient Apparition. And if he gets some TP support in, it could be enough to maybe not kill, but the Ancient Apparition will go down regardless, and Sankin going to use that bottle to heal himself up just a bit, and Shadow Shaman in perfectly decent position. He needs to get out quickly as there's PapaDray coming in, but PapaDray going to find himself unable to kill anything here, I feel, and he is going to have to back off here. But meanwhile, mid lane, because Sand King left that mid lane, Brood doing some pushing with that level 7 Spiderlings, and meanwhile, bottom lane, once again, Night Stalker picks up another kill on this Windrunner. This Windrunner just suffering at the hands of the Night Stalker, and the CM Night Stalker combo just doing work at bottom lane. They messed up the first kill, but this time they are going to find the Brood at mid, and it's not the CM Night Stalker, it's the SK Chen. They've got a Sentry Ward down as well, and that means Brood, I don't know if he's aware of that, going to have to be very, very careful. Anyways, we are going to be looking at this bottom lane because apparently I'm missing kills, and it's Night Stalker. No surprise, Night Stalker picking up kills during nighttime, and it is on this Windrunner. Hopefully not going to miss any more. As my mini map, unfortunately using this in windowed mode, it's causing my mini map to be even smaller and harder to notice, but no excuse, guys. As it looks like Shadow Shaman planning down the Serpent Woods at mid lane is going to be looking to push down the tier 1 tower, and it's not going to be the Brood getting the first tower, it's going to be Brood losing the first tower of the game, as his mid tier 1 tower going to go down to these Serpent Wards there, and the Arcane Boots up very, very early on the Shadow Shaman. The Sentry Ward goes down to provide some vision, and now they see this Brood, especially if he comes a bit closer. They're not going to find the kill though, and Windrunner going to back off. Windrunner going for an early Null Talisman. Normally you see Phase Boots or Force Staff, or even just the Headdress to start making that mech, but the Null Talisman a bit unusual, and PapaDray at top going for those early treads. trying to do all he can to push down this tier 1 tower, but not really off to the best start. Well, his team in general, although PapaDray with some nice farm. Looking at the CS, 46 CS to him, 38 on the Brood, 19 on Windrunner. A Radiant team with 48 on the Night Stalker, 21 on Shadow Shaman, 28 on Chen, and 26 on Sand King. So a bit more of an even distribution, but overall fairly even farm between the two teams. Maybe a slight advantage for Team Shakira. We see Brood going for some treads as well, but still no Soul Ring. And there's the dust. Finds the Sand King. They're going to need a gush. The Cold Feet not going to actually hit, I don't think. He burrows out to make sure of it. And they could even turn this around as Chen is there as well. But Chen going to find the Windrunner and scare the Windrunner away as they are now running back in. Shadow Shaman is there. Shadow Shaman with plenty of mana. Night Stalker as well. Going to take out the Tidehunter first. Can they find any more? Doesn't look like it. And it looks like they may just go for a tier 2 tower push at mid. They're going to have those Shadow Shaman wards up in 12 seconds. And they've pretty much got 5 heroes mid. They are going to have to sacrifice potentially this top tower though, as the lifesteal is there alone, but this tower is just pretty much holding its own, and there is actually a smoke heading towards top, and they want this lifestealer, and they want him bad. PapaDray does not suspect a thing, at least not yet, and they are going to use those disables as well as the stuns. They've got Hex, Shackle, and Stun. It looks like Sand King's going to go in first. The Sandstorm to follow. Apparently Sandstorm doing more damage than the right click. That I would agree with. When it is a level 4 Sandstorm, it does 80 damage a second. Yeah, 80 damage a second, which is more than the Sand King right click. And the wards are actually going to be used to take out this top tier 1 tower. As elsewhere we see Windrunner getting taken down. I think that's once again Night Stalker picking up another kill. So, top tier 1 tower going to go down, and that's the second tower going to be lost by Team PapaDray. And they are slowly falling further and further behind as meanwhile bottom lane Night Stalker picks off the Tidehunter. And Tidehunter Chen going to be looking to take out this tier 1 bottom tower, and that's an 8-1 kill advantage for Team Shakira. And Team Shakira in good position here to increase their lead with these tower kills. But Brood does take down the tier 1 mid tower. Shadow Shaman's there, but very low in mana. Doesn't have mana to use that Ether Shock to hold off the push. And it looks like Team Shakira are going to back, regroup, heal up, buy their items, having taken down 3 tier 1 towers. That's a lot of gold in the bank. They're going to see items like Mech, Pipe, Jengos. They've got the Urn on Night Stalker. And Night Stalker finishing off with that Vanguard. They've got a lot of farm. How much farm? We're going to see 1,200 gold on Shadow Shaman. Not enough for a Blink Dagger if he is going for that Blink Dagger. Possibly just going to go for something like an Ag Scepter though, but Blink Dagger definitely the more popular choice. But who does have gold for Blink Dagger? It's the Sand King of Santa. Has that Blink Dagger, doesn't have anything too much else. Does have a Magic Wand and Bottle and Boots. You often see Arcane Boots or a Vanguard first, but straight Blink Dagger, that's a lot of fun. And Night Stalker wants his Brood. Brood in so much trouble, needs one more nuke from the Night Stalker. Can he get it? The slows are coming off. The Brood doing all he can to hide, and Night Stalker, oh, he's going to get... Well, he's not going to get the kill. It's going to be Santa who gets the kill, and we are going to see Sand King with enough mana for an ultimate as well soon. And you were expecting Sandy Claus is the call from Sand King. That is some absolutely horrific puns coming out of Valve. What are you doing to my ears, Valve? Puns like that are just... oh, disgusting. And, here we are going to see Windrunner get caught out by CM. Night Stalker need a couple more kills. The offensive Urn Charge is used, and Night Stalker going to not get the last hit. Goes to the CM. And, wow, you move like a Blue Heart Glacier. Wow, some... I just love the banter that these heroes throw around. And we are going to see Chen heading towards that mech. And the tier 2 tower at mid being pushed down by the Shadow Shaman as his Serpent Ward's going to be used. And I don't think this tier 2 tower can survive as they find the Lifestealer. The silence is on him, but not going to be enough damage there as Lifesteal is just so Tanky. And Brood just going to pop the ultimate to help clear some wards here as Shadow Shaman goes in with an Ether Shock, does some damage to Tidehunter. And we'll just back off slowly as we do see this tier 2 tower taking a bit more damage slowly. And Night Stalker with 1k gold. Shadow Shaman has bought a point booster, so we'll be going for that Ag Scepter, not the Blink Dagger. And Crystal Maiden looks to be going for maybe a Bracer and then going for that Drums of Endurance. Sand King on the high ground, looking for an Epicenter plus Blink Dagger combo. He's got the mana for it. He's got a Regen Rune bottle up, and that's going to be so big if he can. Shadow Shaman is just going in, playing so aggressive. Sand King needs to get closer. They pop the dust. Not going to find anything. They are going to find a tier 2 tower kill. And now up 4 towers to 1. This is going to be so hard for Team PapaDray to come back from, as this game is getting more and more in Team Shakira's favor. Just how much, guys? Let's have a little look. We are looking at a 6k gold difference at the moment. It is probably going to pop up after that tower gold kicks in. I'm not quite sure how up to date this is. No, it looks like it's fairly up to date. We can keep clicking it all I want, but it's not going to change too much. It's a 6k gold difference, and the Dire team just don't have the farm to compete, really. I mean, PapaDray going for what looks to be an Armlet plus BKB or a Sands. The Ogre Club doesn't quite fit in there. You normally go see a fast Armlet. That's kind of the tanky HP you go for. Oh, shout out to GBM, who is in fact not listening to me. And we've got a interesting lifesteal build here, doing all he can to get all the HP, as that's what he needs to tank up as much as possible. We are going to see Sand pick up an Invis rune. He still wants to use that Blink Dagger and Epicenter combo, yet to find an opportunity, because right now Team PapaDray is playing so defensive, and Team Shakira, I mean, as a result, they're not getting the hero kills, but they're just getting these towers unopposed. Free tower after free tower. And this is going to be another tier 2 tower going in their favor. Even with the AA ultimate coming in, they're just going to shrug that off. Who gives a crap? And yeah, but it is going to be a bracer into Drums of Endurance, I believe, for the Crystal Maiden. As Crystal Maiden also picks up 4 Orbs Wards. So this game getting harder and harder for PapaDray's team to come back from, as they're losing more and more towers. They're not even putting up any resistance to these towers. And there's the big stun Epicenter combo, but Brood, using the web movement speed, actually escapes. He was looking for a solo Brood kill with the Epicenter combo, but he's just so keen to find any kill with that Epicenter, not rushes it a bit, not going to find that Broodmother kill. And here we are going to see the Roshan taken out by Team Shakira as they get further and further ahead. Well, I can't really even say Team Shakira. They've only got, one player using the Team Shakira tag. Apparently Caprice is a Team Shakira player. I saw him using a Team Shakira tag in IRC though, so I'm going to say two Team Shakira players at most. But whether or not Caprice is even on their regular lineup, I'm not actually sure of. He's going to get sent back to base anyways, and we will see him heal up and look for another push though, although it is now daytime, but he does have that ultimate if he wants to use it, and I'm sure they will, as they're just so far ahead. They're going to want to increase their lead even further, as we see Point Booster on Sank. You're going to give him a bigger mana pool, allow him to spam more spells. Now has a level 2 ultimate, and the gold difference now climbing up to almost, well, yeah, over 10,000 gold difference now. So bigger and bigger this lead increases. We're going to see Brood trying to finish off that BKB, has 1,300 gold, and Ogre Club, Ancient Apparition just with Boots and Dust. We see PapaDray, the Lifestealer, the key carry hero on the Dire team, just with no farm to compete. Helm of Iron Will, Ogre Axe, 1,200 gold, nothing really on the Chicken, and Windrunner has 1,200 gold, Boots, Null Talisman, but not a whole lot. And Tidehunter just with the Boots and Dust as well. So they've got a couple Dusts for that Sanking to make sure he can't just sit in that Sandstorm in these team fights and do just too much damage, as that Sandstorm with 80 damage a second does some serious work. Not to mention making Sanking really hard to kill. And we will see possible defense here. We've got Tidehunter Ravage coming into play, but the problem is SK with a Blink Dagger can Epicenter, then Blink, and Lifesteal trying to come around from the side. There's the stun, the Sandstorm, and there's the Night Stalker ultimate. They're going to find this Brood. How do they see him? They've got Sentries, Dust, Gem. I think they just said Sentries. Or Dust, sorry. And there's the Tiny Hole. It comes too late. Brood is already dead. They're not going to be able to find anyone, and Brood buying back, using whatever gold he has to buy back, and Lifesteal trying to take out 777. Meanwhile, over here, Tidehunter going to go down to the Night Stalker. Can they get this Shadow Shaman? It doesn't look like they can, and PapaDray in a bit of trouble here. He has the Rage on cooldown, needs to use that Infest into a creep. He does so in time. And it looks like we are going to see the Nags, the Lifestealer, survive this one. Which creep is he in fact in? It's the front one. Oh no, Chen sends back the wrong one. If that had been the right one, that would have been some epic moves there. And PapaDray going to eat his way out. Rage, but his trouble is not averted yet. Can the Sankin get the stun? Yes, he can. There's the AA ultimate coming in, but the Chen finishes off the Lifestealer, and PapaDray goes down. This is not looking good for Team PapaDray, as they're going to lose their final outside tower. Brood has just said, screw this, I'm going mid, after buying back, using so much of his gold, making that BKB going to come so much later, if at all. I don't know if we're even going to see a BKB before this game is over, guys. And it looks like Team Shakira wanting to press their advantage, They've still got the epicenter. SK with full mana, full HP, has everything in his arsenal. Shadow Shaman with quite a bit of mana as well. Doesn't have the ultimate for another 30 seconds, but that's going to be up soon. They've got Chen creeps to tank and help push now as well. Night Stalker as well is just so tanky with Vanguard, Earn, Treads, and Point Booster. That's 2k HP. And there is the Sand King picking up the kill with the epicenter. Finds the Ancient Apparition, and Brood is going to want to try going this CM. There's the CM ultimate, going to do a bit of damage. The Shackle Shot is a hit though, and the SK stun going to be used to take out the Brood. PapaDray doing quite a bit of damage. There's a Shackle Shot on him though, and that's going to keep Shadow Shaman alive for a bit longer. Windrunner with the last hit. Night Stalker finished off the Tide. Shadow Shaman immediately buying back SK with the stun. One hit on life, so the healer goes down, and Windrunner going to have to try and get the hell out of there, as Windrunner does go down to a Night Stalker Void. The nuke just doing so much damage, and the tier 3 tower is going to go down. GG is going to be called by PapaDray, and that is that, guys. Team PapaDray get taken out in round 2 by Team Shakira, a very tough opponent for them in the round 2, and Team Shakira showing why they are one of the forces to be reckoned with in the Dota 2 scene. Although it wasn't their full team, they were using some very strong subs in Moscow 5 Santa. They've got Not a Hax, who is a fairly known in-house player, and they've got completely unknown Tenkuyu v Pube. I'm not quite sure who it is, playing Chen, but obviously doing fairly well. And Team Shakira take this game. Have they... Yep, PapaDray is disconnected, so this game is now over, guys. So Team Shakira will go into round 3. They're going to verse someone. We're not too sure who. But thanks, guys, for tuning into round 2 of ESTV number 3 Dota 2 qualifier for their ESTV International, which will be coming later with some prize money. And thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm GoDz from GoDz. So I'm going to end that recording now and get on to way with our next game, hopefully fairly soon.